Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Roy English Talk. How to talk about yourself in English. It sounds simple, right? But here's the truth. Many learners freeze the moment someone asks them, "So, tell me about yourself?" Why is this question so tricky, even for people who know a lot of English words? And what's the best way to answer it naturally, without sounding awkward or robotic? In this video, I'll guide you step by step so you can introduce yourself, share your story, and speak with confidence in English. Why talking about yourself is hard. Many English learners say the same thing. I can answer grammar questions. I can read articles. But when someone asks me to talk about myself, my mind goes blank. Why does this happen? Let's break it down. First, it's because talking about yourself feels personal. In English, you're not just translating words, you're sharing part of your identity. And when you're worried about making mistakes, it feels risky to talk about your background, your hobbies, or your life story. Many learners think, what if I sound boring? What if I say the wrong word? That fear makes you nervous, and nervousness blocks fluency. Second, cultural differences play a big role. In some cultures, talking about yourself openly is normal. People expect you to share your story, your goals, even your challenges. But in other cultures, being too direct about yourself can feel uncomfortable, even impolite. So when you try to do it in English, you may feel unsure about what's too much or too little. This cultural hesitation can make self-introductions sound stiff or incomplete. Third, there's the pressure of context. Imagine you're meeting a new friend at a cafe versus sitting in a job interview. Both situations might start with the same question. Tell me about yourself. But the way you answer should be different. With a friend, you want to sound casual and relatable. In an interview, you want to sound professional and confident. The problem is that many learners don't know how to adjust their answers based on the situation, so they end up memorizing one boring script and repeating it everywhere. Here's a quick story. One of my students, Maria, practiced her self-introduction every night for 2 weeks. It sounded perfect in the mirror. But when she went to a networking event, someone asked, "So what do you do?" And she froze. Why? Because her memorized script didn't match the casual tone of the conversation. She learned an important lesson. You need flexibility, not just memorization, and Maria isn't alone. Another student, Daniel, told me he always feels lost on the first day of class. The teacher says, "Please introduce yourself to the group," and he panics. His English is good, but he doesn't know what details are expected. Should he talk about his hobbies? His family? His studies? This confusion makes him speak less, when in reality, that moment is a great chance to connect with people. Another reason this is so hard, vocabulary. Think about how many little details are part of your life. Maybe you want to say where you grew up, or explain what your job is, or describe your hobbies. If you don't know the exact English word, you may panic and stop speaking. But here's the secret. You don't need fancy vocabulary to talk about yourself well. What you really need is a simple structure and the confidence to use the words you already know. And finally, practice. Or actually, the lack of it. Most English learners spend years reading and writing, but very little time practicing speaking about themselves. If you've never rehearsed answering, "Tell me about yourself," of course it will feel awkward the first time. Fluency doesn't appear by magic. It comes from practice. So, to sum up, talking about yourself in English is hard because it feels personal. It's influenced by culture. It changes with context. Vocabulary gaps make you nervous. And most people simply don't practice enough. But here's the good news. Once you understand these challenges, you can beat them. In the next section, I'll give you a simple framework, a step-by-step guide that makes self-introduction easy, natural, and actually fun. When most people think about self-introduction, they imagine giving a long speech. But in reality, the best introductions are short, clear, and structured. If you know a simple framework, you can adapt it to any situation: a classroom, a party, a meeting, or even a job interview. So what's the framework? It's just 4 simple steps: name, location, occupation, and hobby. Let's go through them one by one. Step 1. Name. This is the easiest part, but many learners complicate it. You don't need a fancy sentence like, "Let me introduce myself to you." Just say, "Hi, I'm Alex." "Hello, my name's Amina." If you want to sound a little more natural, you can add, "My friends call me Alex." You can call me Amina. Notice how short and friendly it sounds. No drama, no long phrases, just natural English. Step 2. Location in English. People are often curious about where you're from. A simple answer could be, "I'm from Mexico City." "I grew up in Chicago, but I live in New York now." See how the second example gives a little extra detail? That makes your introduction more interesting. You don't have to tell your whole life story, just 1 or 2 short details that make your answer feel real. Step 3. Occupation or study. This is where many learners get stuck. They want to explain their job in detail, but they don't know the right vocabulary. My advice: keep it simple. Instead of, "I am employed in the information technology sector, where I am responsible for software development processes," just say, "I work in IT, I'm a software developer." If you're a student, you can say, "I'm a student. I study economics. I'm studying biology at university, and I'm in my 2nd year." That's enough. The goal is not to give your full resume, it's to open the door for conversation. Step 4. Hobby or interest. This is the part that makes you memorable. If you only say your name, city, and job, people will forget you quickly. But if you share something personal, it creates connection. For example, "In my free time, I love playing guitar. I really enjoy cooking Italian food. I'm into fitness, and I go running almost every morning." Each example is simple, but it makes the introduction warmer and more human. Putting it all together, here's a full basic introduction. "Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm from Toronto, but I live in Los Angeles now. I work as a graphic designer, and in my free time I love hiking in the mountains." Just 4 sentences, but it gives a clear picture of who you are. Variations to practice. Don't just memorize the sentences. Practice changing them. Instead of, "I'm from Brazil," say, "I grew up in Brazil." Instead of, "I work as a teacher," say, "I teach English to high school students." Instead of, "I like movies," say, "I'm really into science fiction movies." Small changes make your English sound more natural and flexible. Common mistake to avoid. Many learners start their introduction with an apology. "My English is not very good. I'm sorry. I'm still learning. Please don't do this." You don't need to apologize for learning a language. Everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. Be confident and go straight into your introduction. Bonus tip: ask a question back. After your short introduction, add a question to keep the conversation going. For example, "I love playing guitar." "What about you? Do you play any instruments?" "I really enjoy cooking." "Do you like to cook?" This makes the conversation two-sided and much more natural. Practice exercise. Let's practice together. Pause after each example and repeat it aloud. "Hi, I'm Alex. I'm from Madrid. I work as a nurse and I love playing basketball." "Hello, I'm Priya. I grew up in India, but I live in San Francisco. I'm a software engineer and I enjoy painting in my free time." "Hey, I'm James. I'm from London. I study business, and I'm really into photography. Say them out loud. Then try to change one detail. Maybe switch the city or the job or the hobby. This will train you to speak more flexibly instead of memorizing a script. Context examples. At school, hi, I'm Diego. I'm from Colombia. I'm studying mechanical engineering and I'm passionate about soccer. At work, hi, my name's Emily. I live in Boston. I work in marketing and I enjoy hiking on weekends. At a party, hey, I'm Sam. I'm from Chicago. I work as a bartender and I love trying new music. See how the same structure works in completely different situations? So remember the framework: name, location, occupation, hobby. It's simple, flexible, and powerful. In the next section, we'll go deeper. I'll show you how to add personality to your introduction so you don't sound like a robot, but like a real person with stories, feelings, and energy. That's where the fun begins. Adding personality. Up to now, we've built the foundation: name, location, occupation, and hobby. That's your safe, basic framework. But here's the thing. If you stop there, you risk sounding flat, almost like you're reading a script. The real secret to making your introduction stand out is adding personality. So what does that mean? It means going beyond facts and sharing small details that show your energy, your style, and your story. Let me show you how to do it step by step. Step 1. Add mini stories. Instead of just saying your hobby, add one tiny detail. For example, basic, I like reading. With personality, I like reading, especially mystery novels. I can never put them down once I start. Another one, basic, I play basketball. With personality, I play basketball every weekend with my friends, and I'm always the shortest one on the team, but I run the fastest. See the difference? A mini story makes people imagine you. They'll remember you not just as someone who reads, but as the person who loves mystery novels. Step 2. Show emotions. Don't be afraid to express feelings in your introduction. Instead of saying, I work as a teacher, you can say, I work as a teacher, and honestly, I love helping my students learn new things. Or, I'm a teacher and it's challenging sometimes, but really rewarding. Adding feelings makes you sound human and authentic, not robotic. Step 3. Use humor. You don't have to be a comedian, but a little humor makes people relax. For example, I'm from London, so yes, I complain about the weather a lot. I study computer science, which basically means I drink too much coffee. These small jokes are easy, friendly, and make you memorable. Step 4. Personalize with hopes or goals. You can also add a quick sentence about your goals. For example, I'm studying engineering, and my dream is to design eco-friendly cars. I love photography, and one day I want to have my own exhibition. This shows ambition and gives the other person something interesting to ask you about. Step 5. Use connecting. Phrases. Native speakers often use short connecting phrases to sound smooth and natural. For example, actually, I'm from Italy, but I've been living in New York for 2 years. To be honest, I'm a bit of a foodie. I love trying new restaurants. Believe it or not, I started learning guitar during the pandemic, and now I play almost every day. These little phrases make your introduction sound less like a list and more like a conversation. Practice with examples. Let's build a few introductions with personality. Hi, I'm Maria. I'm from Spain, but I moved to Chicago last year. I work in customer service and I'm crazy about salsa dancing. I go to dance classes twice a week. Hello, I'm Tom. I grew up in Canada and I'm studying law right now. Honestly, it's tough, but I like the challenge. And when I need to relax, I watch way too many cooking shows. Hey, I'm Aisha. I live in Dubai and I work as a marketing manager. I love traveling. My dream is to visit every continent. So far, I've made it to 4. Notice how each one tells a little story, shows emotions, or adds goals. That's what makes them memorable. Common mistakes. Now here are 2 mistakes to avoid when adding personality: sharing too much. Don't tell your whole life story in the introduction. Keep it short, just 1 or 2 details. If people are curious, they'll ask more. Forcing it. Don't try too hard to sound funny or dramatic. Be natural. Pick details that feel true to you. Practice exercise. Here's a quick activity. I'll give you a basic introduction, and you try to add 1 detail to give it personality. Basic. I'm Anna. I'm from Poland. I'm a nurse and I like reading. Now, let's add details. I'm Anna. I'm from Poland. I'm a nurse and I like reading, especially crime novels. I always try to guess the ending before the last chapter. See how 1 detail changes everything? Try making your own version out loud. Bonus. Adjusting personality for context. Remember, the way you add personality can change depending on the situation. In a job interview, keep it professional but human. I'm David. I'm from Texas. I work as a project manager, and outside of work, I enjoy mentoring young professionals in leadership skills. At a party, be more fun and casual. I'm David, from Texas. I manage projects for work, but honestly, I'd rather be talking about basketball. I play every weekend. Same person, same framework, but the personality detail changes to fit the situation. So, the secret is this. Don't just introduce yourself, express yourself. Add mini stories, emotions, humor, or goals. Even 1 small detail can transform your introduction from flat to unforgettable. In the next section, we'll look at how to introduce yourself in professional settings like interviews and meetings, and how to sound confident every time. Professional self-introduction so far, we've built the foundation and added personality. But there's one situation where self-introductions really matter: professional settings. Whether it's a job interview, a meeting, a networking event, or even your first day at work, the way you introduce yourself can create a strong first impression. The good news is, you don't need complicated vocabulary. What you need is clarity, confidence, and a little strategy. Let's break it down. Step 1. Keep it clear and concise. In professional settings, people don't have time for a long story. You want to be polite, but also straight to the point. A good professional introduction usually answers 3 questions. Who are you? Name plus position. What do you do? Your role or expertise. Why are you here? Your purpose or connection to the situation. For example, good morning. I'm Julia Kim. I'm a project manager at Tech Solutions, and I'll be coordinating today's meeting. Hi, my name's Marcus Lee. I'm studying finance at NYU, and I'm here to learn more about investment banking. Notice how each one is short, but informative. Step 2. Add a professional detail in casual introductions. You can talk about hobbies. But in professional introductions, it's better to add a work-related detail, something that shows your skill or interest. For example, I specialize in digital marketing, especially social media campaigns. My background is in mechanical engineering, with a focus on renewable energy. This small addition makes you sound competent and confident without bragging. Step 3. Adapt to the context. Professional. Introductions are not one size fits all. The different way you introduce yourself in a job interview is different from how you'd introduce yourself in a team meeting. Let's look at 3 contexts. Job interview. This is the big one. When the interviewer says, "Tell me about yourself," many candidates panic. But remember, they don't want your life story. They want to know why you're a good fit for the job. A strong structure is present, past, future. Present, who you are now. Past, relevant experience. Future, why you're excited about this role. Example: I'm David, and I recently graduated with a degree in computer science. During university, I worked on several app development projects, including one that won a regional award. Right now, I'm looking forward to applying my skills as a junior software developer at your company. 2. Networking event. At networking events, people meet dozens of others. Your introduction should be short but also memorable. Example: Hi, I'm Sophia. I work in healthcare management, and I'm really interested in how technology is improving patient care. Here, notice how she includes her interest. That makes it easier for others to connect with her. Team meeting or first day of work. If you're joining a new team, your introduction should be friendly and collaborative. Example: Hello, I'm Ahmed. I just joined as a business analyst. I'm excited to work with all of you and learn more about the current projects. Step 4. Show confidence with body language and voice in professional settings. How you speak is just as important as what you say. Speak clearly and not too fast. Smile. It shows confidence and openness. Make eye contact if possible. Avoid filler words like, you know, or like. Even if your English isn't perfect, confidence will leave a positive impression. Step 5. Practice different versions. You should have different versions of your professional introduction, depending on time. 15-second version, quick networking. Hi, I'm Laura. I'm a data analyst focusing on retail business insights. 30-second version, small talk or new team. I'm Laura. I work as a data analyst at Bright Analytics. I help retail companies understand customer behavior, and I'm really passionate about turning numbers into stories. 1-minute version, interview or presentation. Add a little background, experience, and goal. Practicing these versions will make you feel prepared in any situation. Practice exercise. Let's try a job interview example. I'll give you a basic version and then we'll upgrade it. Basic. I'm Carlos. I studied accounting. I want to work here. Upgraded with present, past, future. I'm Carlos, and I recently finished my degree in accounting. During my studies, I completed an internship at a local firm where I learned practical auditing skills. Now I'm excited to bring that knowledge to a role in your company and grow as a professional. See the difference? The upgraded version is more complete, professional, and confident. Bonus: small talk in professional settings. Sometimes, professional introductions are followed by a bit of small talk. Here are a few safe professional small talk topics you can use. The event. Have you attended this conference before? Work. What projects are you working on right now? Location. Is this your first time in New York? These questions keep the conversation flowing naturally without being too personal. Mistakes to avoid in professional introductions. Being too vague. Don't just say, "I work in business." Be a little more specific. Oversharing. A professional introduction is not the place for your life story or private details. Sounding rehearsed. It's okay to prepare, but try not to sound like a robot. Speak naturally. So, when you're in a professional setting, remember, be clear, concise, and confident. Use the who you are, what you do, why you're here model. Adjust depending on context, and always add just enough detail to sound professional without overloading people. In the next section, we'll talk about casual and social introductions, how to sound friendly, approachable, and fun when you're meeting new people outside of work. Casual and social introductions. Not every introduction happens in a classroom or a job interview. Many of the most important introductions happen in casual, everyday life. When you meet a new neighbor, join a club, travel abroad, or talk to someone at a party. These moments matter because the way you introduce yourself can open the door to real friendships and connections. The good news? Casual introductions are usually simpler and more relaxed, but they also require a different style. You want to sound friendly, approachable, and easy to talk to. Let's break down how to do that. Step 1. Keep it short and friendly. In casual situations, people don't expect a long introduction. Usually, just your name and 1 or 2 details are enough. For example, "Hey, I'm Jake. Nice to meet you." "Hi, I'm Maya. I just moved here last week." Notice the tone, warm and informal. Instead of being super formal, you show friendliness right away. Step 2. Add something personal. In social introductions, you can share something light and personal to create connection. For example, "I'm Sam, I'm from Boston, and I'm a huge basketball fan." "I'm Lila. I love trying new coffee shops around the city." This gives the other person something to respond to, which keeps the conversation going. Step 3. Use relaxed phrases. In casual settings, native speakers often use relaxed phrases like, "Hey, what's up?" "I'm Alex." "Hi, I'm Sarah. Nice to meet you. How's it going?" "Hey, I'm Ben. So how do you know everyone here?" These phrases are friendly, natural, and help start small talk. Step 4. Add humor or fun facts. Casual introductions are the perfect place to show your playful side. For example, "I'm Tom. I love pizza so much I could eat it every day." "I'm Emma. Fun fact, I can't ride a bicycle, but I can cook 20 different pasta dishes." These little fun facts make you memorable and spark conversation. Step 5. Ask questions back. In social settings, people want interaction, not just information. After you introduce yourself, ask something simple back. "Where are you from?" "How do you know the host?" "What do you usually do on weekends?" This shows interest and makes the conversation two-sided. Practice with examples. Let's create a few casual introductions. "Hey, I'm David. I'm from Seattle and I love hiking. Have you ever been to Mount Rainier?" "Hi, I'm Aisha. I just joined this club, and I'm excited to meet new people." "Hey, I'm Chris. I'm really into photography. I always carry my camera around." Notice how each one is short, relaxed, and gives the other person something to talk about. Context. Examples. At a party. "Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm a friend of John's. How do you know him?" At the gym. "Hey, I'm Mark. I usually come here in the mornings. Do you work out here often?" When traveling. "Hi, I'm Priya. I'm visiting from India. Is this your first time here too?" Each situation is casual, but you can still adapt the same style. Name plus short detail plus friendly question. Common mistakes in casual introductions. Being too formal. Saying, "Good evening, my name is..." at a party sounds unnatural. Keep it light. Giving too little. Just saying, "I'm John," with no detail makes the conversation die quickly. Add at least one small personal fact, forgetting to ask back. Social conversations are a two-way street. Don't just talk about yourself. Practice exercise. Here's a fun exercise. I'll give you a basic introduction, and you make it more casual. Basic. I'm Anna. I'm from Poland. I'm a student. Casual version. Hey, I'm Anna. I'm from Poland, and I just moved here to study. Do you go to the university too? See how adding a detail in a question makes it more natural? Try making your own casual versions out loud. Bonus tip: use body language and tone. In social introductions, your body language is just as important as your words. Smile. It makes you instantly approachable. Use a friendly tone, not too serious. If it feels natural, give a handshake, wave, or even a fist bump depending on the culture. Remember, people don't just remember your words, they remember how you made them feel. So, casual introductions are all about keeping it short, friendly, and personal. Add one or two details, ask a question back, and don't be afraid to show your fun side. In the next section, we'll move to something very useful: how to practice and build fluency so introducing yourself in English feels automatic and natural. Practice and building fluency. Learning the right words and phrases for self-introductions is important. But here's the truth: knowing the phrases is not enough. If you only memorize them, you might freeze in real life or sound robotic. What really matters is practice. Practicing until these sentences feel natural, automatic, and flexible. So in this section, I'll show you how to practice effectively, step by step. Step 1. Repeat out loud, not just in your head. Many learners make the mistake of only reading or writing their introductions. But speaking a language is physical. You need to train your mouth, tongue, and voice. So here's what you do. Take the sample introductions from earlier and say them out loud. Example: Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm from Toronto, but I live in Los Angeles now. I work as a graphic designer and I love hiking. Don't just say it once. Repeat it 5 or 6 times until it feels smooth. Step 2. Practice with variations. If you only memorize one version, you'll panic if the situation changes. That's why you should practice multiple versions of your introduction. For example, short version: I'm Sarah. I'm a graphic designer. Medium version: I'm Sarah. I'm from Toronto, and I work as a graphic designer in LA. Longer version: I'm Sarah. I grew up in Toronto, but I live in Los Angeles now. I work as a graphic designer, and I love hiking on weekends. Practicing variations gives you flexibility, so you can adapt to any situation without stress. Step 3. Record yourself. One of the most powerful practice tools is your phone. Record yourself introducing yourself. Then listen back. Ask yourself, do I sound clear? Am I speaking too fast or too slow? Do I sound confident? When you listen to yourself, you notice mistakes you don't catch while speaking. Over time, your recordings will show your progress, and that's very motivating. Step 4. Practice with a partner. Language is about communication, so practice with another person whenever possible. You can practice with a teacher or tutor, a language partner online, a friend who is also learning English. Take turns introducing yourselves, then give each other feedback. For example, you sounded clear, but maybe you can add a hobby, or try speaking a little slower. Step 5. Use shadowing. Technique. Shadowing means listening to a native speaker and repeating exactly what they say, almost like an echo. You can use YouTube videos, podcasts, or TV shows. When you hear someone introduce themselves, pause and copy their rhythm, intonation, and style. Example: if a TV character says, "Hey, I'm Mike. I'm new in town." Repeat it exactly, copying the tone and speed. This helps you sound more natural. Step 6. Practice in real life. Nothing replaces real-life practice. Look for opportunities to introduce yourself in English, even if it's small. In an English class, volunteer to go first. At a meetup group or event, try saying a few sentences about yourself. Online, join English-speaking communities and practice short introductions and video calls. The first time might feel scary, but every time you do it, you'll feel more confident. Step 7. Build fluency with games. Make practice fun with small games. For example, 30-second challenge. Try to introduce yourself in exactly 30 seconds without stopping. Random hobby game. Pick a random hobby, like dancing, painting, or gaming, and add it to your introduction, even if it's not true. This trains flexibility. Switch the detail. Each time, change one part of your introduction, your city, your job, your interest, so you can practice different sentences. These little games keep practice interesting and help you avoid sounding rehearsed. Step 8. Work on confidence. Sometimes, the problem is not grammar or vocabulary, it's confidence. Here are some tips. Take a deep breath before speaking. Remind yourself, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be clear. Smile. It relaxes you and makes others respond positively. Remember, people are usually not judging your English. They just want to get to know you. Step 9. Track your progress. Improvement doesn't happen overnight, but if you practice a little every day, you'll be amazed after a few weeks. Write down the versions of your introductions you can say now. Then, after 1 month, record yourself again. Compare. You'll hear how much more natural you sound. Step 10. Turn practice into a habit. The key to fluency is consistency. Don't wait until the day of an interview or presentation to practice. Instead, spend just 5 minutes a day practicing your self-introduction. Over time, it will feel completely automatic. Mistakes learners make in practice. Practicing only in their head. You need to speak out loud. Memorizing one script. Real life is unpredictable. Be flexible. Waiting for perfect English. Don't wait. Start practicing now. So, practice is the bridge between knowing the phrases and using them naturally. Speak out loud, record yourself, use variations, and practice in real life. Over time, you won't just know how to introduce yourself. You'll feel completely comfortable doing it. In the next section, we'll put everything together and learn advanced tips for sounding natural and impressive in English introductions. Advanced tips for natural introductions. By now, you've learned the basics: name, location, job, hobby. You've also practiced casual and professional versions. But there's one more level: making your introduction sound natural, smooth, and impressive. This is the difference between just giving information and actually making a connection. Let's go through some advanced tips step by step. Tip 1. Add storytelling. Instead of just giving facts, try to add a little story. Humans love stories. They make you more interesting and memorable. Example. Basic. I'm Maria. I'm from Brazil. I'm a teacher. Story version. I'm Maria. I grew up in Brazil, and I became a teacher because I love helping kids discover their talents. The second version is short, but it gives people an emotional picture. Tip 2. Use emotions. Facts are useful, but emotions connect people. Try adding how you feel about something. Example. I'm Alex. I'm a software engineer. And I love solving puzzles. Programming feels like a giant puzzle to me. I'm Hana. I'm from Japan. And I get so much energy from traveling and meeting new people. By showing excitement, passion, or curiosity, you make your introduction more alive. Tip 3. Adjust your energy level. Not every situation needs the same energy. At a party, you can be high energy. Hey, I'm Jack, and I'm obsessed with basketball. At a business meeting, you should lower your energy a little. Good morning. I'm Jack. I manage product development at Horizon Tech. The advanced skill is knowing how to adapt your tone to the environment. Tip 4. Use hooks. A hook is something that makes people curious and want to know more. You can use it in introductions too. Examples. I'm Olivia, and I once lived on a boat for 3 months. I'm Carlos. I design apps, but my real passion is salsa dancing. Hooks create a natural curiosity gap. People will ask you more, and the conversation flows. Tip 5. Practice. Micro-stories. Prepare 2 or 3 short stories about yourself that you can use in introductions. These can be about your job, your background, or your hobbies. They should be less than 20 seconds long, but enough to make you stand out. Example. I'm David. I work in finance. But fun fact, I started my career as a musician before switching fields. Micro-stories make you memorable and give the other person something to connect. To tip 6, be flexible with language. Don't repeat the same script every time. Try using synonyms or different expressions. Instead of always saying, I work as a teacher. Try, I teach high school students. I help teenagers improve their English. I've been working in education for 5 years. Changing your words makes you sound more fluent and less robotic. Tip 7. Listen and react. An advanced introduction isn't just about you, it's about the other person too. After you introduce yourself, listen carefully to what they say and connect to it. Example. You. I'm Daniel. I'm really into photography. Them. Oh, me too. I love landscape photography. You. That's awesome. Do you prefer mountains or beaches? This turns a simple introduction into a real conversation. Tip 8. Avoid overloading with information. Sometimes advanced learners try to say too much at once. I'm Mark. I'm from Canada. I'm an engineer. I play piano. I love cooking. And I have 2 dogs. That's too much. People will forget most of it. Instead, focus on 1 or 2 details. Leave space for curiosity. You can always share more later. Tip 9. Pay attention to culture. Introductions vary by culture. In the US, people often go straight to first names. Hi, I'm Sarah. In Japan, people might prefer last names and titles. In Latin America, physical greetings like handshakes or cheek kisses are common. So, adapt to the culture you're in. That shows respect and helps you connect better. Tip 10. Add a closing line. An advanced trick is to end your introduction with a friendly closing. For example, I'm looking forward to getting to know you. I'd love to hear more about what you do. So that's me in a nutshell. What about you? This makes the transition from introduction to conversation smooth and natural. Common mistakes at the advanced level. Trying too hard. Don't make your introduction a performance. Keep it natural. Using complicated vocabulary, simple English is often clearer and more powerful. Forgetting the goal. The goal isn't to impress people with perfect English. The goal is to connect. Advanced practice exercise. Here's how you can practice advanced introductions. Write down 3 different introductions. 1 professional, 1 casual, 1 social. Add a hook or a micro-story to each one. Practice saying them out loud until they feel natural. Record yourself and check. Do you sound natural, interesting, and confident? Example, professional. I'm Lisa. I'm a project manager at a tech company. and I love finding creative solutions to big problems. Casual. I'm Lisa. I grew up in Texas, and I'm crazy about country music. Social. I'm Lisa. Fun fact, I've visited 15 countries and I'm still counting. Each one is clear, short, but has a personal flavor. So, advanced introductions are not about being perfect. They're about adding flavor, personality, and flexibility to your words. By using micro-stories, hooks, emotions, and adapting your style, you'll stand out and make stronger connections. Role-play examples in real situations. We've covered the frameworks, the tips, and the practice techniques. Now it's time to see everything in action. Role-play examples are one of the best ways to prepare, because they show you how introductions actually sound in real conversations. In this section, I'll give you several role-play dialogues for different contexts: professional, casual, and social. After each one, I'll break down why it works and how you can use it in your own life. Role play. 1. Job interview. Interviewer. Tell me about yourself. Candidate. Sure. My name's Daniel, and I'm a recent graduate in computer engineering. During university, I worked on several robotics projects, including one that placed first in a national competition. Now, I'm excited to bring my technical skills and creativity to this role and continue learning. Why it works. It follows the present, past, future structure. It's professional, confident, and directly relevant to the job. Role play. 2. Networking event. Person. Hi. I don't think we've met yet. Person B. Hey, I'm Priya. I work in digital marketing, mostly helping small businesses grow online. I'm really interested in how AI is changing advertising. What about you? Why it works. Priya shares her name, job, and interest, then asks a question to keep the conversation flowing. Role play. 3. First day of work. Colleague. Welcome to the team. Could you introduce yourself? New employee? Thanks. I'm Ahmed. I just joined as a business analyst. Before this, I worked at a startup where I handled customer data. So I'm excited to apply those skills here and also learn from all of you. Why it works. It's short, professional, and shows enthusiasm for teamwork. Role play. 4. Casual party. Host. Everyone, this is my friend Mark. Mark. Hey, I'm Mark. I grew up in Chicago, but I live in New York now. I'm a huge basketball fan. Go Bulls. How do you all know John? Why it works. Mark adds a personal touch, basketball, then smoothly asks a group question to engage others. Role play. 5. Gym introduction, person A. Hey, I've seen you here a few times. Person B. Yeah, I'm Lila. I usually come in the evenings. I'm trying to train for my first marathon. Do you run too? Why it works. Lila gives her name, a personal detail, and asks a friendly question to connect. Role play. 6. Traveling abroad. Traveler. Hi, I'm Carlos. I'm visiting from Spain. It's my first time in Thailand. How about you? Local. Nice to meet you, Carlos. I'm from Bangkok. Welcome. Why it works. Carlos introduces himself, adds a travel detail, and asks a simple question. This opens the door for conversation and cultural exchange. Role play. 7. Language exchange. Partner A. Hello, I'm Yuki. I'm from Japan, and I want to practice English. Partner B. Nice to meet you, Yuki. I'm Alex from Canada. I'm learning Japanese, so we can help each other. Why it works. Both give basic details and a purpose for the conversation. Simple, but effective. Role Play 8. Class Introduction. Teacher. Let's all introduce ourselves. Student. Sure, I'm Fatima. I'm from Morocco, and I'm studying international relations. I'm really interested in global politics, and I hope to work for the UN one day. Why it works. Fatima shares not just her background, but also her future goal, which makes her introduction inspiring and memorable. Role Play 9. Online Meeting. Host. Let's quickly introduce ourselves before we start. Participant. Hi, I'm John. I'm based in San Francisco, and I manage product design at a startup. I'm looking forward to learning from everyone here. Why it works. It's short, polite, and perfectly suited for a virtual meeting. Role Play 10. Fun Fact Game. Person A. Tell us your name and one fun fact. Person B. I'm Emma. Fun fact, I once met a Hollywood actor by accident at the airport. Why it works. Emma keeps it light and fun, which is perfect for an icebreaker game. Practice activity. Here's how you can practice role plays yourself. Pick a situation. Interview. Party, class, travel, etc. Write a short script of how you'd introduce yourself. Practice it out loud, then record yourself. Imagine the other person's response and practice answering. By rehearsing role plays, you'll feel more confident when the real moment comes. Key takeaway. Role plays show us that introductions are not about memorizing one speech. They're about adapting to the situation, keeping it short, adding a personal touch, and creating connection. In the next section, we'll wrap everything up with a powerful conclusion and final call to action to make sure you can confidently introduce yourself in English anytime, anywhere. We've come a long way in this video. You started with a simple question. How do I talk about myself in English? And now, you have a full toolkit from the basic framework of name, location, occupation, hobby to advanced techniques like storytelling, hooks, and micro-stories. Let's quickly review the journey we've taken together. In the beginning, you learned the importance of introductions, why they matter in both casual and professional life. Then, we broke down the basic framework and practiced building clear, simple self-introductions. You learned how to add personality so you don't sound robotic. We covered professional introductions for interviews, meetings, and networking. We explored casual and social introductions to help you connect at parties, events, or while traveling. You discovered how to practice and build fluency so your introductions become automatic. We added advanced tips like storytelling and using emotions. And finally, we went through role-play examples to see how everything works in real life. That's a complete roadmap, a skill set you can use anywhere in the world, in any situation. Final tips. Before we close, here are 3 last reminders. Keep it simple. Don't worry about big words. Clear English is better than complicated English. Focus on connection, not perfection. The goal of an introduction is to make people feel comfortable with you, not to show perfect grammar. Practice until it feels natural. The more you practice, the more automatic it becomes. Eventually, introducing yourself in English will feel as easy as introducing yourself in your own language. Call to action. Now it's your turn. After watching this, I want you to take action today. Write down 3 versions of your self-introduction. A professional version for work or interviews. A casual version for everyday life. A fun version with a hook or a personal story. Practice each one out loud. Record yourself. Then, try using at least one version in real life this week. And here's the most important thing. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Every introduction, no matter how small, is an opportunity to practice and grow. Final words. Learning English is not just about grammar and vocabulary. It's about connecting with people. Every introduction is a chance to make a new friend, open a new door, or start a new journey. So the next time someone says, "Tell me about yourself," you won't freeze. You'll smile, breathe, and say confidently, "Hi, I'm your name." And the conversation will flow naturally from there. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss new lessons. And let me know in the comments, how do you usually introduce yourself in English? I'd love to read your answers. Remember, your words have power. Use them with confidence